guys, the Aquarium Cowboy. Today I'm coming back to y'all with a new video. So, earlier I went to PetSmart and got some algae wafers and some late food. But for some reason, the footage was sideways and it was just all terrible and I accidentally deleted parts. So, I'm going to reenact. Alright, so I got this Top Fin Algae Thins with Spirulina Algae Nutritious wafers for bottom feeders. Got this at PetSmart earlier. Blah 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 blah. Alright, so we have fish meal, which isn't the best, wheat flour, soybean meal, shrimp meal, algae meal, which I will say something. Algae meal is the 5th ingredient. Which I don't know if they do this in order, but if they do, I mean, it's 5th down. It's not like this is just pure algae, you know, because, I mean, plateaus, especially common plateaus, eventually they're going to grow out of algae and want meaty foods and barely any vegetables, and, you know, they're not going to be herbivores anymore. They're going to be carnivores. So, yeah, guys, I got that. And I dropped one in here earlier. It was up there, but I don't know where it went. But, so, real quickly, I'm going to do an update on this aquarium. Everyone's alive and doing well. Corey's doing good as always. The Placo, Sam Natulando, he's doing his Placo thing. As of the moment, I cannot find him in the act. But I know he's in there somewhere since I saw him earlier today. So he's in there. I actually see him, but it'd be really hard for y'all to see him. So he's in there. I may see him later on and just show y'all. But for the most part, I don't know where he is. But I'm not gonna lie, I digged up the whole tank to find the Placo and then drop the rod back down and smush him, you know? But, so, the 2 fish are doing fine in there. Plants are doing great. I think I have a new shoot, or like stem coming off that one. The stringy ones, comment down below if you know their name. The stringy ones are doing good. So this is just assorted Nubius. My dwarf Sagittaria is doing good. I think my Java Fern, however you want to pronounce it, I think it's making come out with a green little part to it. My Nubius Nana is doing good back there. So yeah, guys, that's all the plants I have in this tank. But, so, is that the big girl, or is that the big girl? Alright, so right there is Ruby, and the betta you just saw that was up there earlier was Sandy. So those 2 sisters, if you would call them, since they're that same breed, are doing great. But you may be wondering, where's Jewel, and where's the Marmal Mossball? So if I bring y'all up here, there is Jewel, not Jewel, Jewel. She's doing good. Looks like she's stuck in the Marmal Mossball. But here, well, that's not a better view. But I mean, I just saw her. I think she's in the Marmal Mossball. Let me see. Alright, y'all, I just found her. And so, real quick, in here are 2 Indian almond leaf chuts, or tatapa leaves chunks, and I also have the Marmal Mossball. But reason for her being in here, where is she? When she's in here, I just saw her. There she is. Well, there she was. Oh, there she is. The reason for her being in here is I can see on the bat fin and even on the a little bit on the bottom fin, she was really banged up by, is that Jewel? No. Or, not Jewel. Ruby? No. That's Sandy. So she was really banged up by Sandy, but most of all, the infamous and not ginormous, she's not that big, but the biggest betta of the tank, which would be Ruby. So they're light male bettas. They just most times don't kill each other. So I mean, they're still aggressive to their own kind. So it's not like you're just gonna have this perfect fish that loves every single other betta. Like, look, she's still aggressive to a betta that's not even much smaller. Now think of it when Jewel was in there. So Jewel, what I'm gonna do is just keep her in there till she's big enough to, you know, go back in this tank. Then I'll put her back in. But for now, I don't want to risk it in this tank. You know, I really don't want to possibly harm Jewel in any means, and that would just be really terrible. So everything else though is doing perfectly fine, and Jewel will be fine. It's just a little bit of fin nipping, and over time she'll get stronger, she'll lap them late, and overall it is just a pecking order. But like those two, I'm not worried about. Even if she nips up her fins, it's that if she was to hurt Jewel, Jewel's so much smaller, she can't fight back. She's much weaker, and these two were ganging up on her. So that's one problem. But everything else in here is doing perfectly fine. I am loving the scape still. I love the fish in here. I do want to eventually get a couple more cory cats, a couple more female bettas, an autocyclist or two, and maybe like 5 cardinal tetras or neon tetras. I know that'd be super overstocked. I know. Maybe a couple of hatchet fish, but I know it'd be super overstocked. But I watched Mass Aquarium's video a couple years ago, and it was, you know, inch per gallon, you know, and he thinks total bogus. You know, he doesn't, you know, he just thinks filtration is the key, and I did it. Sure, you can have 10 suns on a 29 gallon, but you should never have a 18-inch oyster in there. What he's saying is fish that are, you know, like a bunch of small fish in a large aquarium, overstocking, or like not putting an 18-inch oyster in this aquarium, but putting maybe 10 female bettas that did a lawn, or 7 or 10 cory cats. As long as I maintain crystal clean water and perfect parameters, I did away with that, you know? So that's kind of what he meant, and that's kind of what I believe. But then I don't think you should keep 200 cory cats in a 20 gallon. You know, that's totally bad, but I don't think it's bad to keep 10 cory cats in a 15 gallon, as long as you do a lot of water changes and filtration. I think as long as your filters are cleaned out pretty often, filters are great. But then eventually, if you, and I guess it's a little tip, eventually filters just become, like, they may produce some water flow and some aeration, but eventually, if they're so dirty and gross, they're just gonna pull water up, and sure, the bacteria will theoretically eat it, but then nevertheless, if you don't clean it off enough, all that debris and junk is just going to spread more into new water. So that's kind of what I feel about that. But alright guys, enough on that. Now let me take you all to the 55 gallon aquarium. And sorry about the chair, but one nice thing about the nighttime is, sure you can't see the other half of the aquarium over there, but man, there's no glare on the aquarium, or very little, so it is so nice. Let's just do a real quick thing. I don't think I truly showed y'all earlier, but I did add a couple rots, but I took a lot of rots away. Or cut a few. But, so JoJo's doing good. And then, let me get a flashlight. My green sunfish is in hiding right now, so y'all won't be able to see him, but he's doing fine. He had a bunch of minnows, so he's happy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feed some of the, well, I never told you what it was. So this is the new, oh, let me get the flashlight back on. Ta-da! Alright. See if I can balance this flashlight off my knee or something. Alright. So, not my knee, but alright guys, this is the Omega 1 natural protein formula made with fresh seafood, freshwater flakes. So as you can see here, original Omega 3 and 6 HUFAs. Blah 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 blah. Crude protein. Man, I cannot speak today. Crude protein. I'm mixing the words up. 41%. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Alright, so this is what I love about this food. It's so easy to find. It's fairly cheap. And look at the ingredients. Honestly, Omega 1's. Oops. One of my favorite foods. Just as it's cheap, yet it's good food. Sorry for the flashlight being all bad and all. Alright, so did I see anything? There we go. That's actually really nice. Whole salmon, halibut, I think so you say black cod, whole herring, whole shrimp, blah blah blah, whole krill, and there was also like kelp in there, fresh kelp. Sorry about that part. It was kinda, right then it was just kinda, I had to make do with what I had, and that was a flashlight. Alright guys, I'm gonna feed this stuff. I'm gonna try to open this stuff one-handed. Here, let me, with the help of my knees, I think I can do it. There we go. I'm just gonna make the lid a little tray, alright? That's probably a little too many flakes. Let me just dump a little bit in. Here, just look at the tank while I'm straddling over here. Alright, that's fine amount. Put this up, don't spill. Myself, don't spill. Alrighty. JoJo's the one who eats these, not Mordecai. I mean, he used to, till I started feeding him live. Then he's like, I only eat live food now. Or at least super nice, meaty food. That's super expensive. Alright, guys. So that's me. That's not me, but that's feeding JoJo flakes. He'll react to the flakes a little bit and go up to the top. Let me wash my hand off real quick. That's not even working, right? Alright. Darn it. There you go, he's going to the top and searching for food. I love that little guy. He's like my little eel, except he's not an eel. And he's way cheaper. He's only $5. And he's I feel like he's pretty easily found. But alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Comment, like, subscribe if you liked what you saw today. And if you didn't like what you saw, just check out my other videos and see if there is something you like. If you're new, I do Sunday subscriber shoutouts. Well, every Sunday. And if you want a chance to be in the shoutout, make sure to subscribe in the subscribe button, like over here or something. And if you want to support my hobby by, because like these foods, they add up. It was like $11. So if you want to support me doing that, because eventually, I want to get the 15 nail and looking beautiful. So if you want to help me do that and just help my hobby so I can keep these fish healthy and fed, again, it is expensive, but I'm not pressuring any of you. It is your choice. It is your money. but the link for my Teespring is down in the comment section, not in the description section below. Please, I may have already said this, but comment, like, subscribe, and also, shout out for the second time to Aquatics and Furries. She bought, quite a bit of stuff on my Teespring, and she, in Teespring, now I got $13 for that, so, you know, that will definitely help. I made it a core cat or something, or a new plant with that money, so just thank you. And again, that was Aquatics and Furries. Her link will be in the description below. So go sub her, and if you want to help them tribute, go to Teespring below. It has shirts, mugs, etc. But I'm not pressuring any of you. Like I always say, this is not a business. This is just a hobby. I intend to eventually, you know, when I get older, maybe have a fish store eventually. But for right now, I'm perfectly fine how I am sitting with my hobby. So yeah, guys, but that would just help a little bit out with, you know, fish hobby expenses. Yeah, guys, I will see you tomorrow. A few videos back, I had a new schedule video, and well, I'm not keeping to that anymore. It's just every day I want to post another videos. I just love posting videos. So I'm back to daily posting. Sorry that I stopped for a while, but hopefully the quality of my videos get better as I continue in YouTube and continue hopefully learning more and learning, you know, just filming techniques, etc., etc. But yeah, guys, that's from me for this video. I said that like for the third time. God bless, and make sure to sub to Aquatics and Furries, and make sure to sub to D Aquariums, which his link will be down below for his channel. He is the channel of the week. And God bless. Cowboy out.